Oh! Oh! This is getting tense, man.
What's gonna happen now?
Welcome back to Cinema Rules, and we are halfway through our Oscar movie winners.
Best Picture winners
playlist.
So it's my turn again.
Tell me the decade, Shaun.
The decade is the 1940s.
Woo!
So this is the earliest film we've watched on our channel.
Wow.
So this was made in 1942.
1942. So
yes.
During the war, then.
Yes, and it won three Oscars. It won Best Picture, Best Director, who the name is Michael Curtiz. With a Z.
Curtis, yeah.
And Best Screenplay. And it was nominated for a couple of others, like Best Leading Role, Actor, Actress, whatnot.
Okay.
Close your eyes. Keep them closed. Keep them closed.
Casablanca.
All I know is it's got something to do with Nazis. That's literally all I know. I don't really know. And it's like a love story as well.
This is a really famous film.
It is, and we haven't seen it.
We haven't seen it. I don't know why I haven't seen it. I just think growing up, you normally are exposed to either the films that are popular at the time or the films that your parents show you.
Yeah.
Let's face it, film is still a pretty young medium, isn't it?
Yeah.
So do you think the further we go forward, the more in danger of films just being completely lost
forgotten
will?
Yeah, potentially, yeah. And this is why I like doing these old films on our channel, so that we can showcase to others old films that they may necessarily have heard of or given a chance. What do you know of it?
I think it's a love story set in the war. I'm not sure where Casablanca is. I think it's a place in North Africa.
On Earth. Yeah.
I'm reading the book.
North Africa. Is it?
I don't know. No, maybe I'm completely
I thought it was
wrong.
I thought it was America.
I am really excited to watch this. I'm glad you've chosen it.
Casablanca. Let's go and watch it.
With the coming of the Second World War, many eyes in imprisoned Europe turned hopefully toward the freedom of the Americas. A tortuous, roundabout refugee trail sprang up, put across the rim of Africa to Casablanca in French Morocco.
Told ya.
The fortunate ones through
Murderer and possible accomplices headed for Casablanca. Round up all suspicious characters and search them for stolen documents.
Woo! Classic. Oh, the Shaun.
Don't you love the deaths from bullets in these old films?
Yeah.
Two German couriers were found murdered in the desert, the unoccupied desert.
It is very good to see you again, Major Stasser.
So these are all Nazis, then?
You know already who the murderer is.
Good. Is he in custody?
Oh, there's no hurry. Tonight he'll be at Bricks.
I'll never get out of here.
I think they're all stuck there because they're occupied by the Nazis. Is that what it is?
Will you ask Rick if he'll have a drink with us?
Madam, he never drinks with customers.
You object to the kind of business I do, huh? But think of all those poor refugees. Through ways of my own, I provide them with exit visas.
This guy seems a bit slimy, man.
You know what this is? Letters of transit, signed by General Wegon. Tonight I'll be selling those for more money than even I have ever dreamed of. And then, adio, Casablanca.
Yeah.
Will you keep these for me, please?
Hey, I heard a rumor those two German couriers were carrying letters of transit.
Huh? Oh, I've heard that rumor too.
So he was the one.
I don't know. We don't know if he was.
He was
maybe
he's
just
connected.
got them. He's got them. Somewhere.
Yeah, he's connected to the person that did it, or he did it.
Wait, is this a musical? I thought he was going to start singing. No, he just hid the papers under there.
The plane to Lisbon. You would like to be on it.
Why? What's in Lisbon?
The Clipper to America. Rick, there's going to be some excitement here tonight. We're going to make an arrest in your cafe. A little demonstration of the efficiency of my administration.
It's like the Shadow.
There is a man arrived in Casablanca on his way to America. He will offer a fortune to anyone who'll furnish him with an exit visa.
Well, what's his name?
Victor Laszlo. Laszlo must never reach America. He stays in Casablanca.
It'll be interesting to see how he manages.
No matter how clever he is, he still needs an exit visa. Or I should say two.
Why two?
He is traveling with a lady.
Whatever gave you the impression that I might be interested in helping Laszlo escape?
Because, my dear Ricky, I suspect that under that cynical shell, you're at heart a sentimentalist.
So he stands to make a bit of money if the person does get hold of that visa.
Will you please come with us?
Certainly.
Oh! Whoa!
Do something. You must help me, Rick.
This is Major Heinrich Strasser of the Third Reich.
Who do you think will win the war?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Rick is completely neutral about everything, and that takes in the field of women.
Seems like a bit of a scoundrel, doesn't it?
I think he's just keeping to himself.
Yeah, like makes profit for himself, is neutral, doesn't care about either side.
Yeah.
An enemy of the Reich has come to Casablanca, and we are checking up on anybody who can be of any help to us.
Well, my interest in whether Victor Laszlo stays or goes is purely a sporting one.
I reserve the table. Victor Laszlo.
Yes,
No,
Monsieur
this is the
Laszlo.
guy.
Why does he look like he knows them?
The boy who's playing the piano. Somewhere I've seen him.
Sam, he came from Paris with Rick. And Mr. Laszlo, may I present Major Heinrich Strasser?
Well, you see, Major Strasser, I'm a Czechoslovakian.
You were Czechoslovakian. Now you are a subject of the German Reich.
I've never accepted that privilege.
I should like to discuss some matters arising from your presence on French soil. Tomorrow at 10 in the prefect's office.
Yeah, so Germany occupied France, didn't they? And now they've got control of this place, Casablanca.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Ugarte. He's supposed to help me.
He's under arrest for murder. He was arrested here tonight.
Yeah.
I see.
He's like, damn.
And my bill.
No, 2 champagne cocktails, please.
Yes.
We're getting
Stop
lit.
shoveling champagne down my face.
We're getting lit.
Hello, Sam.
Hello, Miss Elsa.
Where is Rick?
Leave him alone, Miss Elsa. You bad luck to him.
Oh.
Play as time goes by.
She was together with Rick then, was she?
It seems like they had a relationship. Yeah, that's the
Sam, I
song.
thought I told you never to play.
This is Mr. Laszlo.
How'd you do? Won't you join us for a drink?
Oh, no, Rick, never.
Thanks, I will.
Well,
He never joins for a drink, but he has.
Let's see the last time we met.
Was La Belle Aurore.
But of course that was the day the Germans marched into Paris.
Not an easy day to forget.
Ilse, I don't wish to be the one to say it, but it's late. He'll come again.
Anytime.
Well, Rick's still got the visa thing, so...
Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine.
Recognise lines because you've heard them being mentioned and spoofed and stuff like that, haven't you? Oh, flashback.
The green screen changing in the background.
Whatever it is.
Beautiful.
Projector, probably. Now, this is romantic, isn't it?
Very
more
romantic
than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Well, I was wondering why I'm so lucky, why I should find you waiting for me to come along.
Why there is no other man in my life? There was. He's dead. Only one answer can take care of all our questions.
It's real footage, that.
It looks real, isn't it?
I think it is.
And nothing can stop them now. Wednesday, Thursday at the latest, they'll be in Paris.
So this is where they met Sam.
He's looking at you, kid.
That's a famous line.
With the whole world crumbling, we picked this time to fall in love.
Yeah, it's pretty bad timing. Where were you, say, 10 years ago?
8.
Let's see.
I'm not surprised this was a massively popular film during the war. Like,
Especially the theme of love and stuff. Finding love and
face of war.
almost forbidden love as well during war.
You are in danger and you must leave Paris.
No. We must leave.
Yes, of course, we.
What did that? How?
No,
Did she leave him?
I'll meet you at the station.
Yeah, she doesn't.
All right.
She doesn't ever meet him.
Say, why don't we get married, Marseille?
That's too far ahead to plan.
What's she got a secret?
Kiss me as if it were the last time.
She's not coming.
Where is she? Have you seen her?
No, Mr. Richard, I can't find her. She checked out of the hotel. But this note came just after you left.
I cannot go with you or ever see you again.
So why? Why? Now I'm interested to understand why.
Can I tell you a story, Rick? It's about a girl who had just come to Paris from her home in Oslo. She met a man about whom she had heard her whole life. He opened up for her a whole beautiful world full of knowledge and thoughts and ideals.
Who was it you left me for? Was it Laszlo, or were there others in between? Or aren't you the kind that tells?
Answer him.
Oh no!
Answer him.
Yeah, but she.
If there wasn't a guy, then answer him. If there was, and you just walk away, that just sounds like you're just guilty.
You're an escaped prisoner of the Reich. So far you have been fortunate enough in eluding us. It is my duty to see that you stay in Casablanca.
By the way, monsieur, last night you evinced an interest in Senor Ugarte.
May I speak to him now?
Senor Ugarte is dead.
Damn.
I'm making out the report now. We haven't quite decided whether he committed suicide or died trying to escape.
That guy's a blooming villain, isn't he?
Yeah.
Despite being...
Well, they're both Nazis.
Well, I don't think he's technically a Nazi, is he? He's working for them, though.
Yeah.
Or with them.
In my mind, if you work with the Nazis, you are a Nazi.
Only 700 francs.
You're being cheated.
For friends of Rick's, we have a small discount. Did I say 700 francs? You can have it for 200.
Doesn't matter.
For special friends of Rick's, we have a special discount of 100 francs.
I'll be leaving Casablanca soon and we'll never see each other again.
All the same, someday you'll lie to Laszlo.
No, you see, Victor Laszlo is my husband. And was, even when I knew you in Paris.
Oh!
She had an affair with...
Well, no, she thought he was dead. Remember they said he'd been to concentration camps and they'd been claimed dead lots of times. He probably found out he was still alive.
Yeah.
Have you heard about Signor Gatti and the letters of transit? Those letters were not found on Ugarte when they arrested him. I'll venture to guess that Ugarte left those letters with Monsieur Rick.
It'd be funny if Sam, the piano player, stole them
and went himself.
Yeah.
We know that every French province in Africa is honeycombed with traitors, waiting perhaps for a leader.
A leader? Like Laszlo?
It is too dangerous if you let him go. It may be too dangerous if you let him stay.
I'll have Sam play as Time Goes By. I believe that's your favorite tune.
You must know it's very important I get out of Casablanca. It's my privilege to be one of the leaders of a great movement.
I'm not interested in politics. The problems of the world are not in my department.
Are you enough of a businessman to appreciate an offer of 100,000 francs?
I appreciate it, but I don't accept it.
There must be some reason why you won't let me have them.
Ask your wife.
My wife? Play La Marseillaise. Play it.
Oh gosh, that's the French, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a bit symbolic, isn't it?
Yeah, you motherfuckers!
That was such a good scene, but also really dangerous for them at the same time.
Yeah.
If Laszlo's presence in a cafe can inspire this unfortunate demonstration, what more will his presence in Casablanca bring on? I advise that this place be shut up at once.
Everybody is to leave here immediately. This cafe is closed until further notice.
What happened with Rick?
We'll discuss it later.
Yeah, he said to speak to his wife. Thought you were dead. So...
What is wrong with you?
Victor, please don't go to the underground meeting tonight.
I must. Apparently he has the letters,
Yes?
but no intention of selling them.
Did he give you any reason?
He suggested I ask you, when I was in a concentration camp, were you lonely in Paris?
Yep.
Yes, Victor, I was.
Tell him the truth and he'll understand.
I know how you feel about me, but I'm asking you to put your feelings aside for something more important.
Do I have to hear again what a great man your husband is, what an important cause he...
I don't necessarily like Rick, you know. He
But
got,
he
got his heart broken and now
That's why I said he's a bit like
stone cold.
a bit like a scoundrel, though. He just wants...
Yeah.
He doesn't...
But there is hints of goodness in him.
Humanity.
Yeah.
One woman has hurt you, and you take your revenge on the rest of the world. You're a coward and weak. You are our last hope. If you don't help us, Victor Laszlo will die in Casablanca.
What of it? I'm going to die in Casablanca. It's a good spot for it. Now, if you...
Oh!
Right. I tried everything. Now I want those letters. Get them for me.
No. Go ahead and shoot. You'll be doing me a favor.
If you knew how much I loved you. How much I still love
you. Things are getting complicated.
It wasn't long after we were married that Victor went back to Czechoslovakia. Just a 2-line item in the paper. Victor Laszlo apprehended, sent to concentration camp. I was frantic. For months I tried to get word. Then it came. He was dead, shot, trying to escape. Then I met you.
You can't blame him now.
Why weren't you honest with me?
Not even our closest friends knew about our marriage. That was his way of protecting me. I knew so much about his work, and if the Gestapo found out I was his wife, it would be dangerous for me and for those working with us.
And when did you first find out he was alive?
Just before you and I were to leave Paris together. He was sick. He needed me.
What about now?
I know that I'll never have the strength to leave you again.
And Laszlo?
You'll help him now, Richard, won't you? And then he'll have his work, all that he's been living for.
All right. I will.
Carl, what happened?
The police break up our meeting, Eric. We escaped in the last moment.
This is getting tense, man.
What's gonna happen now?
Don't you sometimes wonder if it's worth all this? I mean, what you're fighting for.
If we stop breathing, we'll die. If we stop fighting our enemies, the world will die.
What of it? It'll be out of its misery.
You know how you sound, Monsieur Blaine?
This is opposite.
Like a man who's trying to convince himself of something he doesn't believe in his heart.
You seem to know all about my destiny.
I know, for instance, that you're in love with a woman. It's perhaps a strange circumstance that we both should be in love with the same woman.
Ah, no, they're here.
You'll come with us. We have a warrant for your arrest.
Is he going to do it, though?
I think so. I think he will.
But you haven't any actual proof, and you know it. This isn't Germany or occupied France.
If by any chance you were to help him to escape...
What makes you think I'd stick my neck out for Laszlo?
Because, one, you bet 10,000 francs he'd escape. Two, you got the letters of transit. Now, don't bother to
Got
deny
about
it.
that.
Yes, I have the letters. I intend using them myself. I'm leaving Casablanca on tonight's plane. I'm taking a friend with me, one you'll appreciate, Ilse Lund. Instead of this petty charge you have against him, you could get something really big, something that would chuck him in a concentration camp for years. Then release him. You'll be at my place a half an hour before the plane leaves. I'll arrange to have Laszlo come there to pick up the letters of transit, and that'll give you the criminal grounds on which to make the arrest.
You're going to stick him back into a concentration camp and then escape with his wife.
Late. Oh, here they are. You better wait in my office. Good. I've got the letters right here, all made out in blank. All you have to do is fill in the signatures.
Victor Laszlo, you're under arrest on a charge of accessory to the murder of the couriers from whom these letters were stolen.
He can't let him go
Were you
away.
surprised? Thank
Not so fast, Louis.
I'm so glad.
Yeah,
you know
thank
what you're
God.
doing. Call up your watchdogs, you said.
Just the same, you call the airport and let me hear you tell them. And remember, this gun is pointed right at your heart.
That is my least vulnerable spot.
What a line. What a line.
Hello? Is that the airport? Huh? This is Captain Renault speaking. There were 2 letters of transit for the Lisbon plane.
My car, quickly.
God damn it!
This is getting tense now. How are they gonna get out? How are they gonna get out?
Find Mr. Laszlo's luggage and put it on the plane.
Yes, sir.
She still thinks she's going with Rick.
Why my name, Richard?
Because you're getting on that plane.
I don't understand. What about you?
I'm staying here with him till the plane gets safely away. You said I was to do the thinking for both of us. Well, I've done a lot of it since then. It all adds up to one thing. You're getting on that plane with Victor where you belong. You're part of his work, the thing that keeps him going. If that plane leaves the ground and you're not with him, you'll regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon and for the rest of your life.
And he just turns to her husband and just goes, by the way, she wanted to come with me, not you. Just destroys the marriage.
You said you knew about Ilse and me. Yes. But you didn't know she was at my place last night when you were. She came there for the letters of transit. Isn't that true, Ilse? She did her best to convince me that she was still in love with me. That was all over long ago. For your sake, she pretended it wasn't, and I let her pretend.
I understand.
Here it is.
Thanks.
He's a good guy.
Tying off loose ends, yeah.
Gotta hurry, you'll miss that plane.
Hurry! Don't just walk!
Victor Laszlo is on that plane.
Get away from that phone.
I would advise you not to interfere.
I was willing to shoot Captain Renault, and I'm willing to shoot you.
Shoot him.
No,
Shoot
put
him.
that phone down.
Quick draw.
He's done it now.
Yeah, he's
sealed his fate now.
yeah.
He's gone.
Major Strasser has been shot. Round up the usual suspects.
Has he decided to?
Yeah.
As well.
Last minute.
You're not only a sentimentalist, but you've become a patriot.
Maybe, but it seemed like a good time to start.
I think perhaps you're right.
No.
Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
I've heard that
So,
one.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Brilliant.
The first thing to say about this film is that it
During the
came out
war.
in 42, but it's set during the war, when the war was still going on.
Yes.
And it's set in the month that America joined. I think it's just before.
Maybe this is a representation of America joining the war.
I think Humphrey Bogart's character
is America.
It's a political allegory, isn't it?
It's got all of the the themes and undertones that you would expect from a film set in this time.
And I just love that ending of him going out into into the fog. Like, his character, Humphrey Bogart's character, Rick, has such a cool arc in this film.
Yeah.
And then it's not necessarily an arc of redemption because he's done stuff before where he's fought for the underdogs, but it's almost like he comes full circle back to being that character that's defiant against fascism, and going off in the end, maybe he's going off to play a bigger role in that, like America do when they join the war. I wouldn't want to call it propaganda, but you can't not see this film in that light.
No, because people that are seeing this film in 1942 will be cheering, won't they?
And I just love that scene where Laszlo comes down and gets the trumpeters to start playing the French, and I think it's the French national anthem at the time. And they drown out the Nazis singing,
chanting,
and it's just,
it was brilliant. It was a brilliant
one
scene.
Yeah, another thing that I think we ought to highlight, because we kept commenting on it, is like the script. It's so good.
I find it difficult trying to articulate how good of a script is when it comes along, because nothing that I'm able to articulate does the script justice. You just need to watch the film. You just need to listen to the dialogue. You need to listen to the story. Look at the story overall to appreciate it.
I think the characters are developed well, but it's not necessarily in the character that the dialogue's well written. It's in the dialogue itself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean when I say that?
Yeah.
It's like, it's so well crafted, but memorable,
yeah,
powerful, emphatic in the right places.
Now, at first, when this film first started and when it had that flashback,
I questioned, is this necessary?
I was questioning, like, this flashback isn't giving us more information than we already know, but it's not until later on in the script in which it ties it all together.
We would drip fed at a nice pace.
Yeah, definitely.
But I just was. The tension for me ramped up so much towards the end, questioning what he was going to do as a character. I was actually really. I mean, it wasn't necessarily like high action or anything like that, but I was still.
I was ready to hate Rick as a person, as a character. Yeah. I was not expecting him to change his mind for some reason. And I just start of a great friendship.
I love the setting of this as well, like the sets, like with the kind of exotic location of Casablanca.
Exotic in a saloon. Yeah, it's like
I do find this like scary in the way that the Nazis have a very small visible presence at the start of the film, but by the end that you see them not rise to power, but you see them almost gaining control and pressing down on Casablanca and the people, and
they do.
So this was at a time when the war was looking terrible for Europe, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The score was amazing as well.
The score was really good,
It reminds me of John Williams. But then I love how the theme that Sam plays on the piano and the French, I think, national anthem come throughout the soundtrack subtly as well.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it as if they're my cons. I want to try and give the audience a review in which, you know, some people might not have the same taste in films as me. So it is dialogue heavy.
Yeah.
So some people might not like that.
I think at the beginning when all the characters are meeting each other, it's quite like they go from table to table, they get drinks and drinks. It's very frantic.
Yeah.
And maybe that is echoing the period that they're living in, and all these people are coming and going, and all these. I don't know. I feel like because it was French occupied, but then the Nazis take it over.
Yeah.
It's very chaotic in that sense, but
black and white movies in general, I love just seeing how they play with light.
There are some beautiful shots in this. You picked out the one with the silhouette when he's opening the safe.
Yeah.
You see him
sweating. Yeah, it's just how they play with light, because in a black and white movie, shadows and light are more distinguishable.
And there's actually a really...
So it's more noticeable.
Yeah, there's a really good scene where Laszlo turns off the light when he's talking to Ilsa.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get her to say what happened.
So
and it's almost like her... Not the shame she feels, but she's almost hiding it, and then the light's there at the same time. It's the complete mise en scene, isn't it, where you reflect other characters.
Yeah, and it's more prominent in these earlier films because they're black and white, and it is more prominent and more noticeable to, you know, to feel the light. But like you said, like the script and the story for you is probably the most prominent thing and the thing that you love most about it.
Yeah.
For me, it's the lighting. I was invested in the story. I was invested in the story, but it wasn't a story that I haven't experienced before, or maybe.
But I do feel like this is the route though. You got.
No, yeah, of course.
This.
But it's not something that I gravitated towards like more powerfully than the filmmaking aspect itself.
Yeah, I completely get that. But watching this film just makes me realise how many times in pop culture and in lots of other films that I've actually seen references to it.
It was a man who had got his heart broken and had a hard outer shell because of it, and that type of character everyone can relate.
There's a realistic story beyond the war. Just the romance storyline within it is so realistic. She doesn't know it. Ilsa doesn't actually know in herself.
You can relate to a lot of characters.
She's probably tired of the tragedy that she's been experiencing with her husband getting captured in the concentration camp, so she also wants to escape that. Yeah. But yeah, man, let's rate it.
Characters were well written. I appreciated the filmmaking in terms of lighting. I can't help but relate this film to Bicycle Thieves. All in all, I can't see rating this film lower than Bicycle Thieves because of the screenplay. In terms of story and how it impacted me, Bicycle Thieves was just hit harder.
Again, that's an appreciation of the film for the film as well, isn't it? In terms of how it impacts you personally.
Exactly. So I think I'm going to rate it the same as I did with Bicycle Thieves, which I believe it was 8.8.
Man, this was an amazing film. Yeah. I was so totally invested by the end. And I understand that when you read a film, you have to read it in the context of the time it came out. Yep. So, yeah, there are obvious parallels to war, and maybe people do see it as propaganda and things like that, but I just loved it. I loved the dialogue, I loved the characters, the arc that Humphrey Bogart's Rick goes through, and he's such a cool character. Oh man, I'm gonna give it a 9.2 because it's one of the best films that I've seen in ages. Yeah, it really is. I just love the characters, and I love the story. I just,
we
know. Great film. It's a great film, man. It's a great film.
Right, let us know what you think of the film. Are there any other Michael Curtiz films?
Or Humphrey Bogart films, because he's a famous actor.
Yeah. But... If you want to see the full-length reaction to this movie, check out our Patreon link down in the description below.
Check out our merch as well if you're interested in supporting the channel.
Yes.
A little bit extra.
Yes. Other than that, we'll see you in the next video.